Today on We Love It Outdoors.
You're up at my happy place right now, so.
Absolutely gorgeous day. Look at the leaves are popping through, changing colors. We got nervous minnows and big bass. Just another big giant Chequamegon Bay smallmouth bass. Just another one.
I'm Dan Eigen, full-time guide and avid outdoorsman. These days, it's easy to get stuck inside in a virtual world. But the real world is outside.
Look at that awesome looking fish.
So I challenge you to put your instincts to work, making real memories with real people. Because we love it outdoors. Some bodies of water are made famous by the fish that swim in them. For instance, when you mention Lake Erie, you instantly think huge walleyes. If you talk about Lake Fork in Texas, the conversation turns to big largemouth bass. The St. Lawrence River conjures images of giant, toothy muskies. And when it comes to bruiser smallmouth bass, Wisconsin can boast two of the finest fisheries in the world. The Sturgeon Bay area of Green Bay, and here on Chequamegon Bay, Lake Superior. No one knows that better than my friend and professional angler, Jimmy Bell.
Minnows might be our friend today, Dan.
I just asked for 2 dozen and I think we got about 6.
They took good care of us?
Yep.
Jimmy is best known as a successful veteran tournament walleye pro, but every fall he succumbs to the lure of the brown bass, spending as much time as possible in Ashland, Wisconsin, chasing big smallies.
I get to go fishing. I get to go fishing.
And today, we get to tag along.
Oh boy, for me, this is an absolute treat right now, having Jimmy running the boat, taking me fishing. It's just, all I have to do is cast and set the hook.
And you get to laugh while you're doing the whole thing.
Exactly.
You'll be giggling today, I guarantee
Will
you.
you take my fish out for me?
Well, you know, that might be pushing it.
Our pre-trip stop at Mills Fleet Farm to stock up for the smallmouth bass adventure was actually a pretty quick one.
Beautiful looking color, look at that. Oh, I can almost eat that right now.
Fall smallmouth are not complicated, but you do have to pay attention to the details of weather, time of day, and water temperatures, then give the smallmouth the choice and let them tell you what they want.
We're going to get off this break. It looks like the wind's about right. We should be able to take a little bit of drift. But those fish underneath are the ones that we want. You can see some more kind of breaking off on the bottom right there. That's the bait. We'll call this good. And
Okay.
I like to run a little bead down there. You don't need much of a lead. You know, the walleye guys will want to run 6-foot leads. 2 to 4 foot is enough, especially when you get into the rocks. All we're going to do is lightly hook them right through the top lip. We're not going to go through both lips because you get too much, you lose too much of the gap when you're doing that. So that's kind of, from a live bait standpoint, about as simple as you can get right there.
We'll put the live bait rods in the holders and keep an eye on them while we cast half-ounce tube jigs to give the smallmouth a choice.
One of the things I'm going to stop you from doing is try and drag that right on the bottom.
Really?
No lift at all. Even if you've just got to reel it, but all you want to do is just a slow drag on the bottom.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, they're sucking it right off of the bottom. They think it's a crayfish. So.
Oh, Jimmy.
Got something happening?
Yep.
Mine or?
Hurry up.
I don't know if we got to them in time or. And one of the things you'll run into out here is a lot of like sticks. That's a fish.
Yeah,
it's not a stick.
I saw that.
That could be $1, just so you know. There he is.
Right away, Jimmy Bell. Would you like a
Coming
nap?
up, coming up.
Oh, first one of the day.
Coming up again. And this is probably just a nice average fish for this system.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Don't average me. Here. Oh.
Can you get a hold of them?
Can I hold your fish and just show people what we're out after?
No, that's a smallmouth, isn't it?
And you say an average one?
That's I think they're born at 2 pounds.
And what's this, a 4-pounder?
Yeah, I'd say that's 4. And we'll catch, as it warms up today, we're going to catch a lot of those fish. We truly are.
What a specimen, huh? Look at that.
They're just amazing fish.
We've had baits in the water for maybe 2 minutes, and our first brown beauty is already in the boat. I don't have to wonder. I know that this is going to be one of those very special days. On beautiful Chequamegon Bay near Ashland, Wisconsin, veteran pro Jimmy Bell and I, along with the We Love It Outdoors crew, are on the hunt for hungry fall smallmouth bass.
Ooh, 8-pounder, Jimmy?
No 8-pounder. Coming up. Going down. Coming up. Going down. Coming up. Going down.
Wow, look at that power, huh?
Another spawn fish.
Nice. I'm gonna let you dig that out of there, buddy.
Alrighty, right in the roof of the mouth. Oh, I had him. That's what happens when you get.
Stick her out to the.
I mean, look at how light they are. That's that mud. That's that mud that's doing that to those fish.
And I noticed on the hook set too, you're not really setting the hook.
I'm not. I'm putting pressure on them. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of getting that pressure.
Tightening
Yep.
her down,
Yep.
and yeah. Pretty fish.
They
Nice
are.
job.
Look at them orange eyes.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
just beautiful fish.
Absolutely.
So that one was just a little bit shallower, Dan, in that 14, 15 feet of water. So I think what we'll do is try and hold up a little bit. The other day they were in that 18 to 20. They might have just pushed up a little.
Ooh, I got a jumpy minnow here. Major jumpy minnow.
There you go.
Oh, come here, Chequamegon.
It's a bass.
It's a big bass.
It's a bass. It's a bass.
Oh, Nelly, look at that. Oh, that is a chub, wouldn't you say?
They only quit fighting when you break their traction, and that's when you get them out of the water. When they're in the water, they kind of control the situation.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now you can see this mud on the bottom on his belly here? He's been laying right on the bottom.
Oh,
that's what
sure.
that's from, is
Yeah.
that they lay right on the bottom and they get that mud like that.
And I mean, that's not even,
No.
that's not a big one.
No, we'll catch nice fish today.
But that is a big one. So look at that.
So Dan, what I'm starting to see here, and it doesn't surprise me, is this time of the year in September, and the DNR has even talked about this, that in September these fish go onto a minnow bite. So a lot of those schools of bait that we're seeing through there are the minnows, and the fish go onto a minnow bite. And there's the crayfish before, there's the crayfish after, and I think right now what we're seeing is they probably got that preference for the minnows. We're gonna have to concentrate on some of that, work them, but we'll keep working the artificials at the same time. I mean, like you're doing with the jigging, I'll throw a tube once in a while, and we'll find pods of fish where they're eating on them crayfish, but I think the majority truly are on that minnow bite, just like the DNR talks about in September. Oh yeah.
Ooh, and it's a big one too. Attaboy. Oh boy, do these things have power. Ooh, man alive. Just a,
How you doing back there?
I'm just doing fantastic.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
You know, a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, we were over on Mille Lacs and Shelly was reeling one of these in. She goes, it feels like a muskie. But they do burn you, you know? I mean, they're so powerful.
Yeah, this is part of the reason. I mean, what we've got right now is we've got Suffix 832, and I like to run 20-pound tests on the main line. I mean, I really do because of all that pull.
Yeah.
And then on the leader line, fluorocarbon and 12-pound test.
Look at that.
That's a toter. That's a toter.
Oh my.
That one's got a little more muscle to him.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you try and do that on 6-pound test line, you ain't gonna get nowhere.
Give me a little bit of that. My forearm is, you know, it just burns. Look at that. Can you say swallowed it? But you know what? Bottom line is when you know, we're fishing live bait because that's what we found they're hitting. I mean, we were trying artificial stuff earlier, but the bottom line is if you're out here to catch fish, you got to go with what they want. And right now they want those giant chubs, but look at that fish.
That's a beauty.
The bruiser brownies are busting the live bait on Chequamegon Bay. But believe it or not, as the fall sun warms the water, this bite could even get better. The We Love It Outdoors crew is on Lake Superior's Chequamegon Bay chasing hungry fall smallmouth bass with veteran pro Jimmy Bell. As water temperatures cool in the fall, smallmouth begin to congregate in areas that attract schools of bait fish. Jimmy keys on main lake points, mid-bay rock humps, and any place he can find a break line that still has standing green vegetation. After a fast start on a prominent mid-lake point, the bite slowed, so we relocated to an isolated rock reef.
I'm gonna say that's a fish.
That was sticky.
Yep, that's a fish. Look at that.
Who's got a hold of who here?
There we go.
Yeah, saved your minnow. Even.
Thank you very much.
You might even have a wiggle left in it.
Hey, that didn't take long.
So what do we think about the move? We like the move.
Moving's good. Yeah.
Moving's your friend.
Oh, sweet.
So these live bait rods, what we want on this, and you've seen this up on the big lake, Dan, and Gulf, is you want an action that's a lot more limber, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you want to be able to let that fish absorb that. So you get a rod, I mean, in this case, we got the 7.5 foot medium lights. It's that Icon, that 2-piece rod, and what amazes me, how much you can feel with a 2-piece rod. And I'm a believer that fluorocarbon leader is the ticket for this stuff. It just, you know, those fish, they got so much abrasion in the top that you'll get that line, and with a regular mono, you'll get that abrasion in here. With the fluorocarbon, it just, about every 100 fish you should probably retie. So we talked a little bit about the live bait rods, how we want a real lightweight, kind of 7.5 foot, medium light, something with a lot of tip. As we're throwing these heavier tubes, that's a 1 ounce tube that's on there. Use a little 15-pound fluorocarbon tied knot to knot, but in this case I'm using a 7 foot medium heavy rod. What I want to be able to do is feel that when it picks it up and really get a hook into it. When you've got this much weight, you need to move it, and you want to be able to get that into the fish. So the 7 foot medium heavy, a lot better choice with a big jig like that.
Okay. Nice.
Cool fish.
There you go, buddy.
Okay. So Dan, looks like some of them are going to bite on the tubes finally.
Awesome.
I love it. So one of the things that happens up here, we've got this big reef complex. It's a great big rock reef that's out here. One of the things you want to be able to do is kind of pick it apart a little bit. I mean, otherwise you've got 1.5 miles of structure that you're going on. So the other day we were in here, and what we did is we dropped these waypoints along here. And what I like to do is go into side imaging, look for little weed pockets, little holes, little divots. Oh, it's all weeds that are in there. The ones to the right?
Yeah.
Usually they've got a shadow on them. But what I'll do is when I see these, you can go down and get into the heavier clumps, actually hit a mark. Now what I've done is I've actually stored a mark out to the side where the weeds are. So if we go back and look at wave 141, that was the weed clump right up there. So if we head straight north, we'll be able to actually see them show up on here as well. It's amazing in this clear water. The cabbage will grow. Remember we were talking before where you can get some of the weeds into that 16 to 18 feet? I think we've got some weeds in here that are cabbage in that 16 to 18. And I think we've got a fish on back there.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna let me get to my spot.
Well, I really hope we don't make it there. The thing about that tail hooking though is you don't want to be going too terribly fast.
Okay.
Otherwise, you know, you're dragging it and it doesn't look natural. But if you're going at a, you know, pretty slow, it's irresistible.
Right in the corner. Gotta love it.
Thanks, buddy. Boy, I hope we run out of minnows today. Just another Chequamegon Bay smallmouth bass, that's all.
Next.
Man, this is a blast.
I think we've left little doubt that Chequamegon Bay is a rock star when it comes to trophy smallmouth bass, especially when you pay attention to the timing and give the fish the choice between live and artificial baits. Today we've proven that big fish will bite on both, and the term big fish on this body of water has a whole different meaning.
Look at this, watch this. Look at that big black.
Betsy.
It's a grouper. Look at that.
That's the biggest one yet. You wanted one to...
Oh, Nelly, that's bigger than my last one.
That's a toad.
That's a 6-pounder, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty close, I'd say.
Where else in the world are you gonna go and catch monsters? And we've caught a number of them like this today. Look at that thing. Just a beast. This has been one incredible day.
Let's see if there's a fish there. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Another one? Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, that one came loose.
That was a big, big one. Wow. Wow.
That one I got though.
Should I punch this spot in? Oh! Oh!
No, I've got waypoints, so you're good.
Dude, is that a monster? Wow. So there were a couple of them there, that size. Oh! Mr. Bell. I just gotta... Oh! That is a big dog.
Not a 6 yet, but it's thick.
But the one that you missed.
Yeah, that was a toad.
Oh, here, you handle that thing. Man, look at that head. Oh,
yeah,
thumper.
you got the thumper on the top. That could even be from an eagle. He's scarred over, but...
Wow, pretty fish, huh?
Yeah, it's getting up there. We can catch some of those.
But you almost had a double.
He wanted that other one really bad. Did you see it almost went out of the boat?
It was so close. Yep, I think the meshing caught it. So nice work.
All right, they're still here. We could finish our night off here, no problem at all. We'd be able to catch. You got a bite?
I did just get bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, see what we got here. Yeah. Is it a toady?
It's a nice one.
Not sure yet?
Boy, no, it's a big one.
Is it?
Yeah. Boy, is that just a huge fish.
Got a little pull?
Yep, look at that.
Donk.
Oh.
Donkey Kong.
Boy, you put us on the spot. Well, we're gonna get a look at him right now.
There's a whole lot of boiling going on there.
Look at that thing. Look at that. Oh, Nelly, look at that. It is just a giant. This has been phenomenal. That's just
unreal.
It is unreal, exactly. It's just an absolute gigantic smallmouth bass. Give me some of that. What a phenomenal day.
Unbelievable. I've wanted to get you up here to Chequamegon Bay so bad and show you what we can do. Here's an example of what we can do. We've had an amazing day.
It has been amazing. That's about, weather-wise and all the numbers and the size of these fish.
Amazing.
Now I know why this is your happy place.
This is my happy place.
Oh,
Great
man.
job. Maybe we can get a couple more yet, but
Look at that fish. You go get a little bit bigger, even though you're already a horse. Yes. That is awesome.
that makes a day right there.
Oh, can we fish some more?
We can't.
I need to.
We can't.
Nice catch.
I almost had him. Bobbing for smallmouth.
Dan.
Continue this adventure by visiting your local Mills Fleet Farm store or shop online at fleetfarm.com for all your sporting good needs and more. fleetfarm.com.